Welcome to Daily Value with Patrick, and today we'll be looking at 5 ways people die in their sleep. I'm super excited to have you join me in this episode. Now, I love sleep a lot because it's one of the ways I regain my strength after a busy day at work, both mentally and physically. Okay, now, but I have come to observe that something wey dey sweet dey kill. Like, some school of thought would have it. Some persons have been unlucky during their sleep, hence they pass on. The things that could cause one to die in their sleep are as follows, and that is why this episode is coming to us. Number one is this. We have the number one is sudden cardiac arrest. Sudden cardiac arrest, also known as SCA. It can occur when the sinoatrial node, okay, which is the node in the heart, that is essentially your body's natural pacemaker, becomes impaired. In other words, it happens when the electrical system of the heart is not in order. This is when you have sudden cardiac arrest. How does this kill people in their sleep? You would want to know, right? Now, it shortens or reduces the blood flow to the brain. And the most scary thing about this sudden cardiac arrest is not the fact that it can happen during your sleep, but the fact that it does not show any form of symptom before it will occur. That is the most scary part of it, okay? So I think it's something to worry about because it has been one of the ways people die in their sleep. Okay, so let's go to the second one, myocardial infarction. Myocardial infarction. What is this, you may ask? You see, myocardial infarction can also be said to be heart attack. Usually, it happens when a blood clot, blocks the blood flow from getting to the heart. When this happens, some of the heart muscles could be damaged. And if the heart tissue gets damaged, okay, assuming that heart tissue now gets damaged, the heart may not be strong enough to pump out blood like it would normally do to other parts of the body as required. This episode can bring about heart failure, which could make a person lose their life if urgent medical care or attention is not given at the time. So you can see one of the ways anyone can die in their sleep. Now, I'm going right into the third one, which is my favorite, okay, that you should take note of: carbon monoxide poisoning. Carbon monoxide poisoning. I am very, very sure you are not new to this. Oh yes, I am very sure you have seen so many cases, of carbon monoxide killings online, in the media, even killings of an entire family during their sleep. This is not a joking matter because it is something that happens every now and then, okay? It's only those that are reported that we are seeing, okay? What about the ones that were not reported? The reason why you should know and take note as one of the things that will kill people in their sleep, okay? Now, this gas called carbon monoxide is an odorless gas, a colorless gas. Is found in the fumes that come from either generators, stove that use in cooking at home, grills, fireplaces. It could be found in furnaces, running cars, all right? Then gas ranges and so many other places that carbon monoxide could be present. The bad thing is that you can hardly detect this gas unless a carbon monoxide detector is used. Now, let's take a step further. How does it kill? If enough of it builds up in a place and one breathes it in, it could cause headache, it could cause dizziness, confusion, and this could be toxic. Okay, during sleep it could lead to death. All right, and that is why it kills. Is one of the ways that people can die in their sleep, and this carbon monoxide can actually wipe out a whole family. Oh yes, a whole family can go down. Okay, so that leads us to the next one, which is number 4, and that number 4 is unexplained nocturnal death syndrome. The kind of death, or this kind of death became popular in 1917. Okay, it's a disorder that is popular in Asia and other parts of the world, including this part of the continent. It's also known as the dream disease. The scary thing is that it causes young, able-bodied men and women to die in their sleep for seemingly no reason at all. The only known explanation for this kind of syndrome, as explained by science, is that it may be from the malfunction of ion channel to ventricular fibrillation. Till date, the cause of this kind of death remains unclear. No wonder it is known as unexplained nocturnal death syndrome. Okay, now this unexplained nocturnal death syndrome is one way people die in their sleep. Okay, so now let's go to the last but not the least. Okay, that is the central sleep apnea. Okay, now this is a condition that causes the sufferer's breathing to stop and start repeatedly while they are unconscious. This happens when the human brain does not send the right electrical signals to the muscles that control the breathing mechanisms during sleep, and this mainly is from a problem in the brainstem. How does this kill anyone during their sleep, or how does it connect with sleep? Okay, now if the effect is too much, hypoxemia may set in. Okay, which occurs when oxygen level in the body fall below those required for normal function. This experience could lead to loss of life. That's exactly what happens in this case. Okay, so what do we do? What you must do moving forward? You need to take charge of your health. Okay, you must take charge of your health, and taking charge of your health means you knowing your numbers. Okay, if you look at the series of 5 ways that anyone could die in their sleep, you find out that when you don't know your numbers and you are going to bed, it is risky. Knowing your numbers means you understanding what is your blood pressure level. Okay, your everything that has to do with your cardiac health, every damn thing that has to do with your heart health, you need to understand, you need to know your numbers. Okay, you do some basic exercise, maintain safety protocols at all times, change your diet accordingly. You must embrace food therapy at Farm Cash Foods. Yes, this is one of the reasons why we try as much as possible to inspire you to eat better, live better, and then achieve the life that you truly desire.